officiating crew. We're underway. Michigan State controls the tip.
And Ian Christie coming off a 2-point game against Illinois. They have to have really looked for him, I think, to get him on track. And also the post-up action from Bingham will be two things to focus on.
Swing it around. It is Walker, the transfer from Northeastern. Makes his move. Good speed. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Dickinson.
He's a great passer all over the floor, but his outlet passes triggered the fast break opportunities for Michigan.
Diabate gets an early touch. Brooks is one of the only players on the Michigan roster that's experienced this rivalry in this environment at the Breslin Center with a full house.
Yeah, and he's a glue guy for that team, though. When he's playing well, they usually play well. Nice ball fake.
Nicely done, Diabate with the finish.
Well, he's a grinder. He'll get the ball down low. He'll look for passes from his big fellow guy, Dickinson, down low, but terrific ball fake. He's starting to play better and better as a youngster.
Freshman is averaging just over 9 points and 6 rebounds per game. Half-court set here for Michigan State. Bingham. Beautiful jump hook over Dickinson.
The combination of Christie first and then getting Bingham the basketball down low. I think they know they can attack Dickinson down low. He'll get his touches here. Watch his footwork also. He might come back with a little jump hook if he has to go with it.
Bingham.
There you
Exceptional
go.
shot blocker, and Dickinson did not even think twice, shifting to the window for two.
You notice how he looked off the second defender, too. The second defender was coming in from the wing and also the middle of the floor. He just waited patiently and went away from it.
There's Walker, one-on-one with Jones. Both point guards transferred. Walker gets the step. Ball deflected by Diabate, out of bounds with 9 to shoot. Running them, that has been part of it.
Making phone calls.
It just is not working right now. The turnover numbers are still very high. Dickinson trying to slap off Bingham.
Good shot blocker, too. Defensively, that factor there going, forcing him away from his strong hand, the jump hook to the left.
So he missed it with the right hand. Tried the entry to Hauser. 4-2 lead for Michigan. Open look, Christie misses on the rainbow delivery. Oh, that ball got popped in by the wrong team.
I don't think it was Michigan State who hit that.
It was not. It counts nonetheless.
It's a pretty tip, though.
Jones takes it, denied. Bingham gets it with a full palm.
And Bingham blocks just under 3 shots per game, and if you can focus him in, here's that crazy tip. Yeah, I think it's Houston who gets a left hand on it, and then watch the block. Don't go in there weak, because Bingham is great. Second guy in.
A freshman, Houston misses on the high arcer. Dickinson, marble different than Bingham.
I was hoping you were talking about me then when you said put together well.
I didn't even look in your direction. Brooks misses on the pull-up pop.
Here we go with the break. See if they get the ball to the middle and fill some lanes. Good balance by Michigan, though, defensively.
Walker's got legitimate speed.
Nice move.
Oh, splits defenders! Tremendous move going to the cup.
One of the things you're going to see is Michigan State will try to involve Dickinson at the defensive end in a lot of pick and rolls, and that's tossed out by Jones.
A.J. Hoggard in the game for Michigan State along with Malik Hall. High screen, Marble sets it, double team,
Get rid
and
of
a
the
steal.
ball.
Dickinson
Pass.
gets it ahead. Houston the grab, and he streaks in for the deuce.
It has the turnover, too. You back yourself into a little bit of a corner at half court, and Dickinson comes out as the second guy in. Really shouldn't have that happen against a 7-1 guy out front.
Hoggard turns the corner and lays it in.
Once again, Ian, you see where Dickinson is on the floor. They're pulling him out. They're forcing him to play a little action. Let's see if they do something different in terms of having him stay back and not hedge the next couple of trips down.
Tough sophomore hybrid guard A.J. Hoggard gives Michigan State a 2-point lead. Just over 4 minutes gone by first half. Brooks, what a feed. Dickinson. He's got about 30 pounds on Bingham, but then you send Marble in there, and that number decreases about a 15-pound difference.
Boy, but when he shoots the ball, it just does not look like a 67% free throw shooter. And we take a little look here at the 1-2-2. This is where Michigan State has to make good decisions. Remember, turnovers have been a problem for this team.
They do handle it. Hoggard accelerates, corner pop. Brown rims out for 3. And the rebound dug out of there by Diabate.
They get a good look that trip, though, with him shooting the ball at 37% from long range. That makes sense. Take that first good look you have.
Nice swing it. Works inside for the slam. Diabate. Agile.
He's very good at pretending that he's going to set a screen.
Hall takes it to the rim, shovel shot, no. Rebounded by Diabate.
He's really active, isn't he? Both ends offensively with a little bit of a slip cut.
Got a 7'1" wingspan, very lanky and springy. Brooks swing it.
Yep,
Dickinson, short. Rebound tracked down by Houston. And a foul called on the dish.
And one of the things about Dickinson this year is he's really stepped away to shoot the ball quite often from the three-point line. He's taken 23 this year versus only 4 last year. And he's making a good bunch of them, you know, at 39% or so.
His ability to score in a variety of ways has made him even more lethal. Off the inbound, Brooks gets to the rim for 2. So Michigan now in front, 12-8 on Michigan State. Hogarth trying to set things up, and an offensive foul. All missed a free throw with less than a second left against Illinois the other night. 56-55 loss to the Illini on Tuesday.
Michigan State switching out front. They want to give Jones. Notice the way they're hedging at him, but they're making mistakes, not getting back into the middle.
Juwan Howard believes that Houston is really starting to come on here. Thinks this team will be better off for it.
Yeah, and Houston is a very good three-point shooter. The last 3 games, he's 11 of 16, and prior to that 5-game stretch, he was 2 of 21 from the three-point line. So the life of a freshman.
He also added, nobody's going to feel sorry for us.
Not at all.
Everybody's dealing with stuff. They handle the pressure. Open look. Max Christie. A sweet stroke from the freshman.
And that's a smart play by Michigan State. So you break it first and go up the sideline. Sometimes you go to the middle of the floor and then diagonal pass to the corner. Michigan just can't recover.
That snaps an 8-0 run. Good overplay. Bingham knocks it free.
They look to post him up too on the fast break. He's got an advantage down there.
Hogarth, his aggressiveness. And it's really the combination. Michigan makes a change here with Brandon Johns Jr., East Lansing native, into the game. He's one of the other players that has experienced this rivalry. He's experienced it probably more than most. He's heard it from this crowd based on his roots. Elected to go to Michigan despite attending East Lansing High. Post-up opportunity. Diabate turns.
Out of position initially.
Oh, nice work inside. Diabate. He's got some moves.
Yeah, and Bingham fell for one of them. The initial move, as soon as that first move was thrown at him, you could see Bingham lock up and lean just a little bit.
Frankie Collins, freshman from Sacramento, in the game, and he's got a steal. Collins knocks the ball ahead.
Tough pass.
Tried to get it to Johns, too low and out of it. Then attended IMG Academy in Florida. Opportunity there to take it away, they do. Turnover, Walker. That is 5 Michigan State turnovers already.
And I'm sure if Tom Izzo was sitting here, he'd be saying, why am our guys trying to drive into trouble? Just pass it, make the job easier from the point guard position.
If he was sitting here, I don't know if he would say it as cleanly as you just did.
Yeah, but I'd be over there.
That's true. How would this game be going?
Oh, I don't know, that'd be troubles.
Off the miss from Brooks, nice fake by Collins, and back it out for a reload.
Still looking to go to the post. They know Bingham has 1 foul. They'd love to get a second on him.
It is Diabate.
Hook time.
Bump, lost it, recovers, short. And a long rebound to Brown.
You see, now you want to just make, after a turnover, Walker just has to make a simple play right here. Get the ball going. It's just a handoff exchange, but get the ball touched by a lot of guys and then go to work.
Wow. The block, Diabate extends out, and Gabe Brown didn't have a chance. Jump shot, Collins, no. Diabate offensive board, and that's blocked by Bingham.
Diabate is playing very, very well. A nice recovery there by Bingham, who was out-positioned again on the offensive glass.
Terrence Williams in the game for Michigan, so Juwan Howard has mixed and matched here in the early going.
See if they can get Hauser involved a little bit. Not necessarily running plays for him, but get him something off the offensive glass.
Wolverines up by 4. A touch for Christie. Hauser screen, switch. Christie, the high turnaround goes down for Max Christie.
Beautiful spacing on that turnaround jump shot. That's designed to give yourself a body bump, spin off the body, and then separate yourself so you can get that shot off without any trouble getting it deflected or blocked.
And the skilled swingman is averaging just over 10 points per game. Probing, Collins on a kick. jumper, no good for Williams. Knocked out of bounds again. Enter in with Johns. Brooks asking for it. You mentioned he's the glue guy. That's what Juwan Howard called him. He means so much to this team. Ball fake. Brooks give it up.
Yeah,
Dickinson.
They keep running their sets. 3 seconds on the shot clock. He understands that. What a great touch.
Hunter Dickinson with the baby hook.
A lot of their plays that Michigan runs, a lot of screens out front. They're disguises to get him the ball in the post.
Joey Hauser one-on-one with Johns. We approach the midway point of this first half. Walker against Collins. High screen marble.
Notice how Dickinson is folding back a little bit.
Walker will take. Missed it. Cleared by Johns.
And that's the shot he has to take. Dickinson comes out initially not as far as he was earlier in this game. Little pull-up jumper.
Oh, Frankie Collins all the way, and it comes off the rim.
One of the things Tom is always concerned about, the guard play from Michigan and getting it to the paint area.
Dribble handoff. Christie pull-up pop. Short. And once again, the rebound is cleared by the senior Brandon Johns Jr.
Nice defensive play there by Brooks, too, trailing that play, but not picking up a foul and getting in the way of that jump shot.
Johns will take it. Air ball, and he'll hear it from the crowd. Walker gets cut off there by Collins. Christie, the jumper is good, and a foul! Max Christie. And Christie's got 9 of Michigan State's 18 points. Knotted up at 18 apiece. Jones back in. Dickinson, great position. Foul called.
He's got a 1-foot advantage, so he's going to end up at the free throw line. Sometimes you're just so tall, you put your hand up, sure, you can throw it. But his footwork is so good that he's a guy who, quote unquote, does some work before the catch to get himself in better position. He's really learned that very well as a young player in college.
He's got 8 points. He puts Michigan in front by 2. 9-minute mark, first half. Christie knocked away, out of bounds. Christie will toss it in. 16 seconds on the shot clock.
One of the things Juwan Howard said that he really likes the play of his bench.
Cross. Hall is back in, playing with the 2 fouls. Straight line drive, it is blocked by Johns. Negated at the rim. Dickinson, they'll get into a set here. High screen. Jones swings. There's the target, Dickinson. One-on-one with Sissoko, and a foul call on Hall. It's 17 foul zone. It sends Dickinson to the free throw line. Misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Hogarth rushes ahead.
Just can't get the touches in the post.
Brown trying to get involved. Tough angle on the baseline.
He can shoot this.
Bingham.
Wow, off though.
Way off.
Yeah, he's been shooting that more regularly.
Long rebound to Jones. We come up on 8 minutes to play, first half. Dickinson working the other side. The lefty, ball fake, lean, uses the head, and book it on the baby hook.
And that's also a good no call just then, too. He kind of ducks down the shoulder, but did you notice that he didn't extend the shoulder and push it into Bingham and force him away?
Christie, bottom, it's a 3.
Hogarth leading that break just then. That's a good decision. And all of a sudden they get what they want and a little bit of mini transition going down the floor. Well, Christie is really looking confident now.
12 points for Max Christie.
They won't double team Dickinson on the post.
Dickinson missed it on the reverse, but his teammate was there, Johns. Banging bodies, the pirouette, and comes up short.
Here they go again. Get it down the floor, force the action.
Hogarth, attack mode, flip, no, follow, is good, and a foul! And obviously the turnovers have been the main topic of conversation with his team. Great effort there by Malik Hall to get the bucket, the foul, and the free throw.
And that screen, as I mentioned, at the free throw line to set himself up and set his teammate up for a layup. Pretty good action right now for Michigan in the half-court set. They're trying to get the ball and continue to get it into the hands of Diabate this trip.
Diabate lines it up. Rims out. Rebounded by Bingham.
Watch out. Uh-oh.
The leg. Diabate in for the flush.
Yeah, Bingham was caught sleeping just a touch on that outlet pass just then. The extra dribble cost them in terms of holding on to the ball a little too long.
8 new players on this Michigan roster, Diabate being one of them, and having a huge impact in this first half. 8 points. They're tied at 24.
So they got to go to the hoop. There you go.
Hogarth gives it up. Christie in for the jam.
And if they're going to bring Bingham out on the floor like that, one of the guards has to make a decision.
They've had a lot of chances on the inside.
So they go behind with Jones. They want Jones to pull up and shoot that shot. Nice work defensively, though.
Well, freshman against freshman. Robinson III, McDonald's All-American, who reclassified to play at Michigan this season. Dump it inside. Dickinson gets it to go.
Yeah, they do that square box out of bounds, and it's a lot of motion, but the whole thing is designed to get the ball to Dickinson, who was in that lane for close to 3 seconds.
Hall, ball fake, fend off on Diabate. Akins looking for an opening.
Here comes the high screen again. That means the opening against Dickinson.
It's Bingham setting it up. Pick and pop. Off the rim, no. Long rebound, Jones. In transition. Dickinson wanted it straight away. Now it's Diabate, isolation against Bingham. Spin. Foul call.
Yeah, got him on the wrist before he got the basketball.
Second foul on Bingham. Diabate shoots it at 65%. And that lost Illinois. If you just looked at the box score, Bingham was a plus 19 when he was on the floor. That's how well Michigan State played. He came in 6 blocks away from matching Matt Costello for the all-time career mark at Michigan State. Hogarth to the post. Hall, head and shoulder fake, the turnaround, did everything right, but could not get it to go. Michigan up by 1 with possession, under 5 minutes to play first half. Brooks.
Nice look.
Drive, kick, blocked on the outside. Jones couldn't get it cleanly because of that full extension by Hogarth. Up the floor, the catch, and the delivery. It's Marble.
Well, you defend to get the basketball and you go. That's what Tom Izzo wants, and that was well defended in the corner. As you mentioned, with Hogarth making the play.
Repost, Dickinson, lean, double. Brooks, open look, bullseye, a 3.
There's a mistake, though. He's a 38% three-point shooter, so they released on the wrong guy just then after the double team down deep.
That is the first Michigan three-pointer of the day. They made 6 of their last 7 three-pointers against Northwestern the other night. Here's Hall, kaboom, a 3.
All they need to do, Michigan State, is get some rhythm, get consecutive buckets like they have. What that allows the fans to do is to get off their seats out of their seats a little bit and get more involved.
Scoring is picked up. Michigan State 31, Michigan 30. The Spartans are 4 of 8 from downtown.
They continue to look first to lower blocks, as post up as much as they can. Watch the slip now.
Looking for Dickinson, couldn't get it to him. Houston tried the pocket pass, it's intercepted by Hall.
Good no pass there too by Hall to bring it up by himself.
Hall can handle it. Coast to coast action for Malik Hall.
I was talking a little bit about baseball before with a couple of people too.
33-30 Michigan State in front. Let's focus in on the basketball. What's Michigan State done well in this first half in your estimation?
I think they've gotten contributions from their depth. Their bench is doing very well. 13-0 in the scoring. Juwan Howard said that a month and a half ago his bench was really playing well, but they're struggling today.
There's Dickinson going to the offhand and showing off the full repertoire.
And obviously when Michigan needs a bucket, where do they go and how do they start the offensive flow? Looking to get him involved.
Michigan riding a 3-game winning streak. Hall, catch and shoot, on target.
Gee, Hall, after that shot, just shaking his head like, wow, I'm feeling pretty good right now. Even though defensively, Diabate wasn't so far away from getting a deflection on that shot.
Malik Hall, a captain of this Michigan State squad, he puts the Spartans in front 36-32. Dickinson forced to give it up. Brooks, ball fake on Brown. Steps through, left-handed shovel, no.
Boy, pretty tip by Brown, though, just then. Didn't have two hands on it.
Thought we were going to have a heat check there from Hall. The ball on the ground. We approach 2 minutes to play. First half. Get it in. Brooks.
Pretty good close just then by Christie.
The step in. Malik Hall streaks up the floor. Pull-up jump. In and out. It was halfway down. Rebounded by Jones.
Well, you can tell that's a guy who's playing with confidence, though. That shot, as you mentioned, just about down in the pull-up jumper on the break. Very impressive.
Dickinson, handoff. Brooks. He brings the big man with him. Now they back off. Diabate rattles out. Rebound, Walker. Intercepted. Jones. He's got the step. Looking for the angle. Protects it. Gets the roll and a foul. He was a premier scorer at Coastal Carolina. We do not need him to do that for this team.
But he also mentioned playing in this league is a little different.
Of course.
Especially at the defensive end of the floor, where he has shown a lot of improvement.
It is a step up, major step up in weight class.
Every night.
Walker. Foul was called. To March Madness time. This Michigan State game will definitely get you in the mood.
Sure will.
K. Brown, the jumper, too strong. Rebounded by Jones. Just over a minute to go. First half, Juwan Howard calls out a play.
Keep in mind, Michigan, that was only their 5th foul of this half. So they can be aggressive at the defensive end of the floor when they go back down that way.
Drop it in. Diabate, ball fake against Hall. Back in. Fake on a double. Diabate pulled the string on it.
Yeah, Hall just holding his own, too. Nice matchup, both offensively and defensively there. Hall's had himself a very nice first half. Now, Ryan, with this clock situation, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go with a quick hitter right now to try to make this into a 2-for-1 possession if they can get either Christie or Brown an opportunity.
Walker has a screen from Hauser. No switch, second screen. There's the switch. Walker against the big. Walker lets it fly. He's got it. Tyson Walker with a downtown hit.
Only shoots a little bit more than one per game, but he came into this game at 16 for 30 from the three-point strike, so very effective.
Shot clock is turned off. Jones, kick. Dickinson, off the heel. Rebound. Chance here for Michigan.
Jones, there it is.
Dickinson, the catch, and he doesn't get the roll at the horn. Michigan was down 62-55 with 5:09 left against Northwestern on Wednesday night. Went on a 17-8 run to end it.
And a little switch defense right here. The zone, watch the middle of the floor for flashes, because the last game out against Northwestern, they ran into trouble with people flashing to the free throw line.
Hauser looks, they get Bingham a touch, back in, isolation, Bingham, turnaround, perfectly executed coming out of the halftime break.
And very, very patient on top of that, but Bingham has 2 fouls on, and I would say just be careful defensively, because you know they're going to get this guy the touches, especially going down into the post.
41-35, Michigan State. Brooks inside the arc. Rebound popped up in the air. Rebound is grabbed by Diabate.
Yeah, I think he has to go up with that underneath right there. Dickinson freeing that basketball up with the offensive glass.
Caleb Houston has not been looking for a shot. He dumps it to the interior.
Notice how they don't double team him, because they know he's a shot blocker.
And he gets a piece. Dickinson could not get that clean, as Bingham a factor all the way. It's Walker straight to the cup.
As a guard coming down the floor, what you're trying to gauge is not only the defenders, but where is my offensive teammate? If he's running down the middle of the floor, maybe I can tuck in and hide a little bit behind him. What a quick blowout, though.
The largest lead of the day for Michigan State, 8. Houston.
Yep, that's the guy they want to get on track. Beautiful looking shot just then, could not go down.
Try to bring this lead to double figures. Walker using the Hauser screen. Jones works around it. Pull up pop, no. Box out, Dickinson didn't grab it initially. Spilled out.
There's some of those hugs you were talking about earlier.
Brooks, the floater, no. Diabate, another offensive rebound.
I'd like to see him go after the offensive glass with the follow-up.
Michigan 0 of 4 in the second half. Dickinson, area clears out, the fake.
Until he's ready to go block a shot.
He's got a really unique skill set at 7 foot 230. Dickinson, no. Diabate, offensive board, extended possession. Brooks, off the mark. Diabate got his hands on that one, but this time it's claimed by Bingham.
Well, that's 3 or 4 trips just then with Diabate getting his hand on the basketball or getting it.
But Michigan is 0 of 7 from the field here in the second half. 2.5 minutes gone by. Walker's got Jones on his hip.
They love the high screens, both of these teams, in the middle of the floor.
Pick and pop. Hauser off the heel.
That's going to be Brown, possibly.
Jones gives it up.
Not a bad time for a bucket if you're Michigan right now.
They trail by 8. The jumper doesn't go.
We got to get something going at the offensive end. Maybe the defense could get something going for them, but not that trip.
Hogard gets to the rim with a floater.
Nice guy coming off your bench, isn't he? Very active, quick with the basketball.
Michigan has been stuck in quicksand here. 35 points. Diabate. Isolation, turns, and connects.
I love that big old stretch just then across the lane. Gets himself positioned very well.
11 points. Hall, blocked by Diabate. Tracked down by Hall. Marble sets a screen. So they switch out front. It's Dickinson defending Hall, and a foul called on Jones. Jaden Akins is in.
Wow.
Oh, a fake and finish! A.J. Hogard, a magician.
You might not see a better ball fake for a while when it comes to driving it and getting people to leave their feet. You show that ball over your shoulders and you're going to get instant results.
The lead is back to 10. Diabate, they come over on a double kick. Looking for the open man, Houston. No space to work with against the freshman, Christie. Shot clock winding down.
Second half of their last game out, they were down by 14, I believe it was, at halftime, and they turned it into really a game of let's play in the paint, go to the basket, and get to the free throw line. Michigan may have to do a little bit of that themselves. This is an interesting Michigan State team, though. They really just play together well when they're not turning it over.
Marble missed it off the rim. Rebound tracked down Michigan State. Hogard. So another crack at it here for the Spartans. It's 3 fouls on Diabate, and he remains in the game. Hogard. They switch.
Good skip.
Hall. Ball fake. Pull-up jump. Smooth.
I know you didn't tell me this today, but the mid-range game is still a part of this game of basketball, isn't it?
Very much so.
Boy, oh boy, I really like that move. Just one dribble, take an easy 12-foot jumper instead of a forced longer shot.
He's got a really good feel, Malik Hall.
He does.
The junior from Aurora, Illinois, and he extends the lead to 12. Michigan in desperate need of offense. Collins creates the spin. He's fouled. Hasn't had a lot of attempts at the free throw line this season, this senior basketball season, because of COVID. So they just wanted to get him into the program, get him adjusted to the Big Ten style of play. 1 out of 2 for Collins. Michigan State shooting 53%. Hogard on a kick. Hall, hot hand? No. Big time rebound. Marble gets the bucket on the interior.
What great position he had, too, and just understanding where the shot was coming from Hall on the right side. About 70-75% of the misses will occur on the left, rebounding, and another turnover.
Dickinson couldn't catch it. Give it up. Christie sensing the pressure.
Oh, boy, that's going to go the other way.
And right now, Juwan Howard is looking for some kind of combination to provide offense. Kobe Buffkin in the game. Brooks in and out on a 3-ball. They've had a number of those in this second half.
And that was a better set because they had pretty good motion away from the ball to get guys moving to better places on the floor.
Hogard the move. Foul is called on the floor. Michigan, the struggle continues. 1 of 10 from the field in this second half.
And I think their feel right now in terms of how they're operating 5 at one time rather than a couple at a time really makes a whole lot of sense.
Walker, the turnaround short. Rebounded by Houston.
Well, Houston has been very quiet, hasn't been able to get a shot off. Brown is on him.
Only 3 field goal attempts for the talented freshman. Nearly a takeaway, and now it is.
Layup.
Up the floor, Gabe Brown climbs the ladder. Big finish.
Not only does Michigan have to fight through Michigan State on the floor, they got to fight through this crowd right now, and somebody's got to pull this back a rung or two to make sure you get a good look right now and get something on the board.
It is unraveled for the Wolverines. 53-38. Brooks swinging. The fake, Diabate, shot clock down to 5. Houston.
Wow, this defense, they are really just tightening up that defense at every single position.
The Spartans are swarming.
And then they come down and they're really not in a hurry to operate. They get into their sets and make good decisions just like this.
Hall, fake. Akins gives it up. Walker with 7 to shoot. Makes his move. Walker, spin and kick. The jumper doesn't go for Akins. Tracked down by Bingham.
Bingham again with good position on the left side, pushing Diabate underneath the hoop a little bit.
Hall met there by Dickinson. Back in. Hall, turn, missed it on the interior. Knocked over to Diabate. It's 5-on-4 right now for Michigan. Houston. Book it, a 3.
And Brown did not come up to challenge him that trip. I think he recognized that 5-on-4. Was afraid that he might go around him. They're talking to one another a little bit too, Houston and Brown.
Michigan is 2-6 in quad 1 and 2 games. They're trying to build their resume. 10-7 on the season. 53-41 Spartans. Walker gets the switch with the big. Walker, cross. Needs some help. Shot clock is down to 3. Brown, oh, that is a bomb! Short, long rebound to Brooks. Pedal to the metal, and now he'll pull it out.
2 possessions, though. You see where Michigan State let that shot clock wind down. Uncharacteristic for them, at least for this afternoon.
2-man game, Diabate and Brooks. Diabate couldn't catch it. Out of bounds. Turnover, Michigan.
Just some good offensive rebound.
Michigan didn't shoot it well in the first half. It's been even worse here in the second half. 53-41, Spartans in front. We approach the halfway point of this second half. Hogard swing, Hauser, open look, splash.
Been relatively quiet this afternoon, Hauser, but don't forget that he can shoot the ball from long range, and he makes a lot of those intangible type plays, loose balls, keeping rebounds alive on the offensive end.
And provides that perimeter presence, shooting it at 35% from downtown. 56-41, Michigan State. Johns backing in. Marble holds his ground.
Just don't look as sure at the offensive end right now. Good
And that jumper goes. It's Bufkin from the perimeter. McDonald's All-American from Grand Rapids. 12-point lead for Michigan State.
Same thing with the pick and pop for Hauser.
Help there. Williams rotates back over. Christie back in. This is Brown on the drive to the rim. Gabe Brown gets the deuce.
He uses that left hand, his strong hand, to make a quick move outside 15 feet away. And like I said a moment ago, the blend of outside play plus the driving, Michigan State really on a roll.
Open look, Brooks overcooked it. Johns couldn't secure it, Marble does.
Nice look at this one open.
Hauser rolling to the rim for 2.
Once again, without turning the basketball over, then the bench is just dominating, 24-4 on the bench points.
Out of the timeout, Williams takes the baseline and scores on the inside.
So good call from Michigan from the bench there to get something, a slice cut towards the basket, get something on the board. And now you have to defend to work your way back into this.
And a foul out front. It is going to be Buffkin. So Michigan State will have it on the side. 8:37 to play in this second half. Michigan was shooting lights out last 3 games, 57%. Has not been the case this afternoon against this Spartans D. Christie, pull up pop, he's fouled in the act.
Yep.
Yeah, she had the angle.
Hitting the hip and the shoulder by.
And Max Christie's got a good looking stroke, 82% of the free throw line, 62-46.
Good bounce back game for him after sluggish one the previous game out.
Diabate takes it at Hauser, and a foul is called.
See the message that Juwan Howard sent to his team from that last time out. Let's get this ball going towards the basket, get some fouls, maybe get to the free throw line. And that's a good call and a smart play coming off the bench there after the timeout, second possession.
So Hauser picks it up, his second. He's got 7 points. Diabate, who started playing basketball at the age of 12, moved to the United States at 14. And they have really relied on him and his improvement. Diabate in a crowd. We're going to hit the 8-minute mark of this second half. Dickinson asking for it mid-post.
Look where he has to catch it, though, about 10 feet away.
Bingham has 4 blocks here this afternoon. And Dickinson back to the line. Nails a pair, 14-point lead for the Spartans. Up next, Michigan State will be at Maryland on Tuesday night. Michigan will be taking on Nebraska. Hogard accelerates, missed it on the interior.
I don't know how he got through the traffic just then, just with the way he handles the basketball.
Get into it early. Buffkin got a pretty good look off the mark from the corner, tracked down by Hogard.
Pull out there by Hogard. 2 guys back from Michigan on that one.
Waits for his teammates to get down the floor. Hogard sends it to Hauser with 17 to shoot.
He comes again, trying to push his way through the middle of the floor.
Ankle buckled just a little bit on that move. 8 on the timer. Christie.
And a little
High
move.
screen, it's Bingham. And it's 4 fouls on the big Marcus Bingham Jr.
Big always wants to be in a little bit of a hurry to set that screen, and everybody points at the big for moving, but you really, as a guard, should wait until he gets settled and then go into your move. I recognize that the shot clock was down a little bit and forcing them to go quicker. They still had 5 or 6 seconds to execute.
Only the second turnover of this second half for Michigan State. They're going to try to buy some minutes here with Sissoko. The sophomore from Mali. Dickinson puts it in hard. And it's a 12-point game. They're under 7 minutes to play.
A big stop here for Michigan.
Hauser looks for the opening and draws the contact.
Now, there's where Hauser just comes out of nowhere. When you think he's having kind of a quiet game and not doing a whole lot, 3 for 4 from the floor with 7 points. Just kind of figures out how to beat you, whether it's with the 3-point shot or throw himself in there, muscle in, and get to the free throw line.
That is 17 fouls against the Wolverines, trying to claw back into it.
84% free throw shooter.
Transfer from Marquette, sat out the 1920 season. Bingham with 4, Marble with 4. Diabate has 3 fouls for Michigan. And Hauser gets the roll on the second attempt, back up to a 14-point lead. Terrence Williams, versatile player, rushes it across.
Dickinson will get a bunch of touches, that's for sure.
Drop step, it's good, and a foul. Hunter Dickinson with a chance at a 3-point play.
80% of the time on their possessions, he has to touch the basketball. Watch this little drop step right there. Quick little move, you get the body. He's very, very good at first, not only the drop step and the footwork, but the body and sliding it against defenders, so he knows exactly where he wants to go after that body touch.
Dickinson is 6 of 7 at the free throw line. Staring into a crowd of fatheads, and it doesn't affect them.
Excuse me?
That's their name.
No, I thought you were,
No, not the.
I thought you were addressing me now.
No, well, you've been called worse. 64-53, Michigan State.
Just trying to work its way themselves back into this game at around the 4.5, 5-minute mark if they can.
And they get a consistent amount of stops here. Michigan State using a lot of clock. Hogard with 5 to shoot. The blow by Hogard to the cup.
Boy, we have seen some impressive efforts by Hogard going off the dribble towards the basket, especially when they need a bucket. He's not afraid to challenge.
He dropped weight when he got to Michigan State. You could see it paying off. Dickinson can't get it to go, and the rebound grab by Brown. Hogard, kick. Brown, wow. No hesitation! Yes, sir, on a 3.
That was a big pop, too, just then for Brown because Dickinson was guarding him in the outside. Transition, especially after Dickinson missed that layup.
Brooks just passed it to no man's land. Turnover. Michigan State attack mode. Hauser got a 3.
When the threes start raining down, I don't care what team you are in college basketball, you are a much, much better and dangerous team. And now this is just one team, Michigan State, that is playing confident basketball at the offensive end. And Michigan struggling still.
Brooks gets all the way for the bucket and the foul.
And so now watch Hauser. He's going to recognize the same thing. Nobody's on him at all. Get your feet set, catch it facing the basket, and just drain it. Sometimes they're hard to shoot those when you have that much room and that much time to shoot it.
Eli Brooks at the line for the Wolverines.
Eli Brooks, 3 of 11 from the field. He converts the three-point play, and it's 72-56, Michigan State. Spartans hot shooting, 54% overall. They are 50% from three-point territory, 9 of 18. Hogard has had complete command when he's been out there.
He sure has. And that's what they get, the depth from the bench with him and Walker on the floor, separating, and look at this crossover.
Hogard swing. Hauser.
Nicely done.
Steps in. He's feeling it.
Everybody on their team is feeling it. Somehow Michigan is forcing Dickinson, and partially because Michigan State is getting him involved. Tom Izzo said they want to get him involved in as many pick and rolls outside away from the paint as possible today. Last 3 possessions, it's worked very, very well.
And Jimmy Hogard has 9 assists this afternoon. Diabate, we approach 4 minutes to go. Dickinson back in on Hauser. Drop step. Missed it off the rim. Rebound. Leaks out to Diabate. Clears it. Williams can't hit the 3. Rebound to Houston.
Seems like they have 6 guys on the floor, doesn't it, with Michigan State?
Dickinson goes down, trying to secure it, and we get a tie-up possession arrow to Michigan.
I always look at, if you're in good defensive position, who initiates the contact. And I think the shooter right there hit the line. Dickinson created contact on that one. I think he might agree.
I'm going to speculate and say you're correct. 8 of 9 at the free throw line now, 9 out of 10 for Hunter Dickinson.
And here comes some full court action to try to rattle, get maybe a steal, a turnover, get something to happen.
23 points for Dickinson. Michigan State leading by 16. They handle the pressure.
Nice job.
Oh! Down! A rack attack! Gabe Brown goes up high.
If you ever want a clinic in breaking a 1-2-2 press, that was it.
And then the knock away from Michigan State, scramble for it.
All over the place.
And it's going to be taken by Hall.
There's a foul on the other end. If he gets that one, I'll be very impressed.
Joey Hauser's been a big part of the reason why.
Especially if he can get that offense going. You know, Hauser has not been shooting the ball real well over the last 3 or 4 games, but today, a different Hauser out there in terms of looking for a shot, stroking it, Very smooth.
Malik Hall at the free throw line shoots it at 70%. Brings leadership to this Spartans team and versatility. You know, another multi-dimensional player for Tom Izzo. You can play him in a few different spots. They're comfortable with him handling the ball, his passing ability as well.
Yeah, they have a bunch of guys who would fit that description too in terms of, you know, interchangeable parts.
Dickinson again against Hauser and puts it off the window for two.
Yeah, it's interesting to me too, Ian, in terms of the philosophy of not double teaming him. Pretty much saying, okay, if he gets his 20 points, Dickinson, or plus, can they beat us with other people?
Free throw line, 74%. It was a slow start to his freshman season for Caleb Houston. He's got big time range, excellent size at 6'8", 205. Gets the roll on the second attempt. The Michigan State lead is 17. Pressure on Hogard. Hauser once again handling it, decision maker.
They better get it across.
It is enough time, and there's a bounce of the body. Foul called on Devontae Jones. So more free throws here. 2:25 mark of the second.
And they had to hurry that one across to make sure they got it without a violation, but pretty good handling of the press.
Gabe Brown will sit. Gets a hand from this crowd. Pierre Brooks, freshman, will check in and replace the senior Brown. Hogard trying to crack double figures in scoring and couldn't convert. 78-61, Spartans.
Probably the only thing Hogard didn't do well today. Passing the basketball was terrific.
Houston misses on a three ball, tipped up in the air and claimed by Christie. The final 2 minutes here at the Breslin Center. Christie one-on-one with Jones. His team up comfortably at home against in-state rival Michigan. Hauser. Not going to challenge there, and he just tossed the ball to Bingham. The problem is Bingham is not in the game. Turnover. 1:43 to play. Turnover numbers, we're going to keep an eye on it throughout the season because that has been the Achilles heel for Michigan State. A flail towards the rim, and a foul is called with Devontae Jones underneath.
You know, and it's one thing to turn the basketball over if you're Michigan State, but was prior to this game, it was how they were turning it over. And here you're going to see a little squeeze and a bump, two guys colliding on Jones as he goes through the middle of the floor. But what drove Tom Izzo crazy on were those careless ones.
Yeah.
You know, all of a sudden you have the ball, you're getting into your sets offensively, and next thing you know, it's like almost like a fumbled pass, and it goes the other way.
Or stepping out of bounds.
Yeah.
Not even on an effort play, just not knowing where you are. They have 13 turnovers today, and I would say it's a little misleading. Even if they finish with a 14th, that would be their season average. It hasn't been a huge issue this afternoon.
Yeah, and I would add to that, how many turnovers have really there been runouts by Michigan to get easy buckets? And defensively, I thought they were very sharp on and off the ball.
And on the flip side, Juwan Howard's going to have to take this tape and focus in on what this team can improve on. This was an Elite 8 team last season, lost a lot of talent as Jones gets to the bucket.
Well, especially coming off a 3-game winning streak, too. Watch out.
And Northwestern. It is a double-double for the talented A.J. Hogard from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Attended the same prep school as former Michigan State star Miles Bridges. Jumper no good for Jones. Final minute and change. Michigan State 56% from the field, and the celebration begins for the fans here at the Breslin Center. Christie drives in, rejected. Diabate comes in and gums it. Up ahead, Houston banks it in, and a foul with
the intensity too.
Houston knew he missed it, tries to follow it. Christie hits the deck. Get it in for Coleman. Officials don't want to blow the whistle. They want this thing to end.
Yeah.
Coleman all the way.
Wow.
Scoops it home.
With the bench. The bench is just going bonkers over there.
Put him in the box score. Final 18 seconds. And Houston. $17.4 to play. Final moments here in East Lansing.
Izzo's up saying, just don't even think about shooting it now.
Coleman dribbling out the clock, and that will do it. The latest chapter in this in-state rivalry belongs to the Spartans. 83-67. Michigan State gets it done.